terminal, I wasn't recording. Step number two, right? Step number one, you define your goal. Step number two, you're gonna encounter the problems that don't allow you to achieve this goal, right? You're gonna encounter the problems that don't allow you to achieve these goals, and that's why we're going into self-awareness. That's why we're going into really be a leader of yourself. So you want to encounter the problems that don't allow you to achieve this goal, right? You're gonna diagnose what is it that you were doing that is making you have these problems. And that's back to what we talked about last week, right? We talk about knowing something and don't being okay with just knowing that you're doing that thing wrong, right? And I'm explaining it really slow so we get it. We talk about when you understand a problem that you have, a bad habit, but you get used to understanding that it's there. And that's not the mentality that we're building. The mentality that we're building on this group is as soon as you find an issue that you have, as soon as your self-awareness recognizes that problem, we're going to diagnose it to see what is it that is causing you to keep doing it, and what is it that it's possible for us to do in order to eliminate it right away. So that's step number 4, designing a plan to eliminate that problem, to eliminate those problems that could be coming that are not letting us achieve the greatness down in ourselves, right? And then step number 5, it's going to be the most important, always execution. It's executing that, it's following through, right? It's the discipline behind what we said. So we know what we want to do. Let's say, oh, okay, I want to be a 7-figure trader. In order for me to be a 7-figure trader, I got to start a compound plan. Oh, every time I start a compound plan, I messed up because of this, I messed up because of that. Okay, this is what I feel like it happens. I open the computer too much, and when I'm staring at the chart for 30 minutes, I randomly get in a trade. All right, so you diagnose what was the problem. Are you going to open the computer again for 30 minutes? No, because you know right away that you are not going to be able to control yourself. So that's right away execution. Now you're going to plan how is it that you can follow through in order to trade and don't overtrade, right? And it works for any example. That's just one of the examples. But the truth of the matter is that each of us have the unique capability to think logically and reflect on ourselves and our circumstances. What does that mean, right? We have the capability out of any single right animal or anything that is in the world. We can sit one day and just think, okay, what is it that is true about myself right now? What is it that it's happening in my life? What are my circumstances? Where can I go, right? Because at the end of the day, life is just about solving problems, and each problem we're going to solve them through a cycle of questions, right? Every time something comes up, we're going to have some certain type of values that we have within ourselves that are going to dictate the way that we handle these problems. We're going to handle those problems, and at the end of the day, we're just going to look for bigger problems. Why? Because we want to solve bigger problems, because now our resources are bigger, our capabilities are bigger, but our values are always the same. Our values are always the same. We just go for bigger problems because we have bigger resources, we have more knowledge, but the principles are always going to be the same. Look for the best in you in whatever it is. So if my principle is always being ethical, it doesn't matter whatever the problems I'm going to have in my life, I'm always going to look for the ethical side. I'm never going to do something that is jeopardizing somebody else's success, or is jeopardizing somebody else's capability of being healthy or whatever, right? So we just go into a bigger journey. So maybe you started your account, or maybe you started in your building side, right? And you're a P600, and your only problems, it's 12 people. And I don't mean to say problems. I mean to say like the things that you got to worry about is 12 people, right? But then as you go into 30 people, 75 people, is it going to change, right? Are the values going to change? No. You might have to change the activities that you have to do on an everyday basis, but the values are still going to go there. And that's why everything starts with ourselves, which is really relative to everything that we go on the Monday night calls and everything that we go every single morning with Nana, right? It's everything that we work for ourselves, everything that we do in order to really just grow. So everything that comes in, it's a value for ourselves. So I also wanted to share with you guys 7 tips, right? After you have the self-awareness, how is it that you can be a good team member, right? How is it that you can say, listen, no matter what process I am, I'm a P150, I'm a P600, I'm a P1000, I'm a chairman. What are some of the values that a leader is going to have, right? Because we just spoke about the values for being a self-leader about your life, which is going to be setting your goal and making sure that you're disciplined and that you're executing to achieve the goals that you set for yourself. But now, what are some of the values that a leader has, right? Because I guarantee you that the same values that Matt Rosa has are probably the same values that Manny has. Now, obviously, he's been in different scenarios. He's had to have dealt with different situations of life, but the values behind everything they do If they're ethical, it's always going to be ethical, right? So some of these values are going to be 7 values. And I'm going to really go into them because they're really, really simple. And they're values that everybody has to have. So before I say them, I want to make sure that everybody's paying attention. So we got 7 values of leadership. So I want to make sure everybody's dropping 777 if you guys are ready for the 7 values of leadership. 777 if you're ready for the 7 values of leadership. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So let's take notes, guys, please. Remember, because at the end of the day, this is information that it's not like, wow, Carlos, where do you find it? But it's like, if we don't retain it, it is guaranteed that if we don't write it down and we don't practice what we hear, literally in less than 2 weeks, we'll forget almost most of it. In less than 2 weeks, we'll forget most of it. So number 1, humility. Humility. Number 1, humility. You need to let people know you need them. Right? A lot of people have this ego, have this thing where it's like, oh, whether you're with me or not, I don't give a fuck. That's fine, right? We're still going to make it whether or not you come in. But if you are here, you decided to come in, you gave me your trust, you gave me the initiative, I'm going to try to help you. I'm going to let you know, yes, I need you, right? I need you as an individual. I need you as a soul. I need you as somebody that is part of the group. Now, am I going to beg you? I am not. But I do need you. I'm not saying that you're worth less than nobody else. But I am saying that my time is not worth putting extra for nobody else as well. So yes, I do need you, but I need you just as much as I could need anybody else, right? And it's all about how you word it. It's about the relationship that you have with every other individual in your team, every other individual in your life, in your family, right? So step number 2, curiosity, right? Curiosity is super important. I always say, people say, oh, I cannot recruit, I cannot do anything. Well, curiosity, you got to ask people questions. You got to ask people questions. You got to ask them what is it that they need? What is it that they're feeling? What is that is going through their head? So you can try to understand and help them. We spoke about this last week as well. You want to understand where is it that somebody else's mind is, so you know what direction to go in order to help them, right? You need to know what is it that they believe at this moment to be true of themselves. What is it that they believe at this moment to be true about money, about life, about relationships, right? So that way you can come in and really attack. And when I say attack, I mean it in a good way, right? I mean it attack as where can you help them improve the most? What is it that the direction that you can go? So step number 2, curiosity. You want to ask questions. Step number 3, effort. Go out of your way to connect with people. That's the effort, because people are going to see it, right? It's like, for example, and this is just an example that came in right now, but let's say I say on the next in chat, right, 380 people, and you guys can take it in a different way, but let me explain it, right? Let's say Anthony says, oh, I need the Spanish presentation, right, for example. If I see that, whether I am extremely busy or not, but if I know that I am probably in the most capable way of helping him have the issue solved within a minute or 2, or putting it this way, if I know that I have the knowledge of knowing where the presentation is and knowing that it might take me just a few steps in order to send it through that chat, I gotta go out of my way to do that for them. Why? Because it's the connection, it's the value. It's like, maybe I never even seen this individual, but what he's gonna remember forever is that the day that he typed in the chat, where is the Spanish presentation, Carlos came in and dropped it for him. So automatically that creates a bond. That creates like, oh wow, somebody acknowledged me, right? I spoke in a 380 people chat and this person acknowledged me right away, right? And that's why it's important. Sometimes we see it, we know people are asking for something, and just because we're like, well, I don't want to babysit and you know where to find it, we don't say it. And even if you don't want to give it to them, you can let them know, hey, I think you can find it here. But you always want to acknowledge people. You always want to say the welcome message, right? Going out of your way, connecting with people. And we know that the welcome message has even more values behind it, because it's about attracting. It's about celebrating what you want to attract. But it's going out of your way to connect, because how bad does it feel when you welcome a new member in the chat and nobody says nothing? But when you bring it and everybody says welcome, 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 without you having to even say anything, it means that not only people respect you because they respect the individuals that you're bringing in, but it means that they want to see other people win. They're happy. They want to celebrate on the other individuals. Success is coming. Success is arising. Why? Because everybody's celebrating each other's accomplishments. Because when somebody joins, right, not only is an accomplishment for the people that sign them up, right, but it's a bigger accomplishment for them because they just took action in life. They just took a massive steps in their life. And everybody's saying, welcome, thank you, congrats, you're part of a new family. So that's step number 3, the effort that you put. Step number 4, trustworthiness. Be someone that other people can trust. You don't ever want to be fake. You have a problem with somebody, you address it right away with that person. You don't want to be talking behind the back of anything, right? You don't want to be talking. You don't want to create a huge thing. You don't want to ever say something that is not true. That's the worst, right? If you feel some type of way, you address it right away, because it's a trustworthiness with a huge organization, right? You want every single member of your team to understand that what you say, you're going to follow through, that what you said really is what you're going to do, right? Your word has value. Step number 5 is generosity, right? I'm sorry, that's a really weird word, but it's basically just being generous, right? And just to kind of retouch on the trustworthiness, right? Because I know sometimes it's hard to understand, okay, how can I show somebody that I am trustworthy, right? And it's 3 simple steps. You want to have integrity, right? You want to say everything out of integrity. You want to have consistency, right? How are they going to trust you? Who wouldn't in this shot not trust Michael Chimenti? Who on this shot would not trust Michael Chimenti with something about this business? Why? Because every single day, this guy is consistent. Every single day, this guy is consistent. Day in, day out, putting in the work, showing in the chat, helping every person. So that is showing consistency. So he's creating trustworthiness. You trust him as a leader because he's so consistent. And the third thing is being competence or competence, whatever, which basically means, you're not stupid. You know what I mean? Like you try to do something that is proactive. You're thinking ahead. You're looking for things ahead. For example, I see right here my boy Flacco on the call, who decided to put his own calls ahead. Why? He's being competent, right? So that's another step in order to create those trustworthiness, that you're looking to go out of your way and create an environment for other people to win. So then we talk about being generous, which is you want to give first, you want to give continually, you always want to just make sure that you're giving. You want to let other people just drain out your energy. You stake everything that you got into me. I'm sorry, you know what? I got my personals waiting on the line. Yes, I got my personals waiting for a call, but you got all your people that you want to launch. I will help you first. Why? Because at the end of the day, you gave me your trust first. I'm going to go and got on my way for your value right before I go for the value of other people that are new. Why? Because they just haven't earned it that you did. And it's only fair that I come in and I give you my value. I give you first, because I know that at some point, if they were ready, they were still going to be ready where I address them right now or later. But I'm showing this person respect to going out of my way to adjusting to their agenda first. And then I'm going to address my people. And you know what? When I sign all these people on, guess who's going to help me launch them when I'm busy? The same person that I went for first, and I put them on the side. So, and the last one, which is number 6, listening. I'm sorry about that. Number 6, listening. Extremely important. You always want to be listening. You always want to just listen. I mean, let's put it this way. What will happen if I'm on this call right now talking, and even if everybody was muted? Everybody, I mean, it's unmuted, but everybody's just quiet, and then there is somebody trying to cut me ahead. What happens if Milo takes his mic on and he tries to start talking? It feels like what I say have no value, right? It feels like what I say doesn't, like, bro, we don't give a fuck about what you say. Like, it's not worth it, right? And that's the same way that somebody feels when you're not listening. If you're talking to somebody, whether it's a prospect, whether it's a family member, whether it's a sideline, upline, whatever, right? And that person is trying to put a point, and you're like, yeah, whatever. Basically you're telling them, shut up. What I gotta say is more important than you, rather than just waiting, listening. And yes, you might have a point that is better, but just wait. Let them express, showing that they are still a human being, that they're valuable, that their thoughts are still valuable. Whether they are extremely, extremely accurate, it doesn't matter. But they have the right and the value as individuals to be respected and to be listened to. And it's really something that a lot of people, we got to work on. So just remind yourself to listen daily, stop interrupting, start asking questions, and invite people to hold you accountable. When somebody sees you, like let's say we're having a little circle and everybody's sharing ideas. And then let's say, I don't know, Ed is talking. And while Ed is talking, I'm like, but I have an idea. I want the people around me to tell you, shut the fuck up. Ed is talking right now. Respect his value. You have an idea, you raise your hand. You wait, right? Because your opinion is no more important than his. So that's step number 6, just listening, because that not only allows you to understand the other people, but also allows you to show respect. And the step number 7 Super, super important. Encouragement. Encouragement. Why encouragement? Because you want to, encouragement is like oxygen for their soul, right? It's like oxygen for the soul. It's like who's really good at encouragement? Bobby. Bobby is a really good encourager because every time you see him, he's like, yo, whatever, let's go. It's like he sees a horse and he hits him in the back. He's like, let's go, race, baby, race, let's go. And that's what you need. You need encouragement because it's nothing wrong. I mean, it's not like listen, there's a situation. You don't wanna be a mama boy, right? Or a mama girl. You don't need people to come in and be like, oh my God, Scooby, you're doing so good, boy. You're doing so good, dog. Like, oh my God, you're the best. You got so many people. No. But you want people to let you know, yo, Scooby, bro, you're killing it, dog. Like, dude, I am amazed. I am honored to work with you. And you say it out of a true heart because that's the fact. And that makes you feel different. How is that going to make Scooby feel? First, we always want people to let us know those things. Obviously, Scooby's going to work super hard for me to come in and let him know again. But at the end of the day, one day, Scooby's going to know, you know what? At least people are seeing that I'm putting the work. So the days that his head is floating around, that he's like, oh, I don't know why I'm this, I don't know why I'm that, he says, all right, but yes, I'm putting results. People are seeing it. Let me just see and identify what is it that I'm missing on. So you were humility, curiosity, effort, trustworthiness, being generous, listening, and encouragement. Those are basically the 7 values of leadership, the 7 things that no matter at what rank you are, whether you just got started today, whether you're a planning 150, planning 600, you're a chairman, you're always going to need this because that's for any single business. That's just for life, right? One thing that one of my friends told me about 4 years ago is you always want to treat anybody the best possible because you never know who they may become. Especially in this business, we literally say at the end of the presentation, what will you become? So, yo, why am I going to go and meet this random guy at Publix who may be dressed in whatever way is not appealing to my eyes, and I come in and I treat him that, when he could be my barber, he could be the person making my food, or he could be the doctor that is going to save my life in a few months. But you never know because you know the person that is right there in Publix and that you're judging based on the way that they might be dressed. Because maybe it's his day off, he's worked 3 months in ahead and 3 months straight, and it's his day off, and he's just wearing pajamas in Publix, and you're like, yo, this ratchet nigga, like, get out of here, you know, I'm a millionaire. Nah, because he might be more rich. He might be a doctor, and that's just his day off. So don't judge people and address everybody the best way possible, because the first thing you know, as soon as you see somebody, is that they're a human being as well. Is that they're a human being and they deserve respect just for being a human being just like you. So show them respect until they completely, destroy it, until they do something that is not, deserving of respect. But with the same respect, I had a lot of other things that I really wanted to share with you guys, and we might share it if people want to stay at the end of the call. But obviously, I don't want to take the whole time, and I really want to now have a space. And as we said, now put the field pretty, right? We just changed the grass. It's a brand new game coming up right now, and it's gonna be the superstar, the CR7, the Messi of the literally everything, right? And it's one of my business partners, and it's actually one of my friends as well. Somebody that we connected a long time ago. In a really deep level, and an individual that, as I told you, I said it last week and I had it recorded on the call. Be on the lookout for this individual, because every single call, he's going to come in with more and more heat, because he's a beast getting unleashed little by little. So let's please drop some M, literally the letter M, for my boy Milo. Let's go. Take it away, brother.
Sheesh. Man, you killed that, bro. Yo, I'm still in my car. I just got home from a meeting, bro. Honestly, you tapped into so many things I was about to say right now. Like, I'm gonna basically brush up on a lot of things you said, because you dropped so much knowledge and so much nuggets, bro. So I want to give it back to Carlos. Yo, bro, honestly, it's a pleasure to work side by side with you and all of you guys on this call right now, because we're on a train that's moving right now. We're not stopping. Like, this thing is 24/7. Like, we are not stopping for nobody. All right. So I'm gonna drop a little bit of knowledge for y'all today on leadership, and basically some of the stuff that Carlos went over was in this call. So I'm gonna start it off. So first off, I want to start off by saying leadership is not a position or a rank. It's action and example. That's what the title is. It's all about action and example. Just because you hit P600, just because you hit P1000, just because you're a chairman, doesn't mean that it stops there, right? Like, too much of us get stuck in that rank. And the problem is, this is all about action and example. You can be P600, but as soon as you stop doing P600 activity, you're not a P600 anymore. That's what you got to think about when you're coming into this business, right? You said you made a decision to help everyone to achieve success. That's what a leader is. When you decide to build this business, you took accountability and within yourself to help everyone see success, right? So that's what you got to do. Like, it doesn't matter if you're P150, doesn't matter if you're unranked, doesn't matter if you're the highest rank in this company, right? You have to take that action and lead by example. You know what I mean? By every single day. This is not something where you can hit the chill button or hit the snooze button, because that's what happens with your results. They start snoozing, they start going back, your team stops working. This is all about action, right? So that's the first thing I want to touch about. Now, guys, like, how you become elite, how do you become an elite person in this industry is by being really good at helping people. This isn't about you. If you want to be a leader, you got to take yourself out of this, right? So it's not about strength, it's not about skill, it's not about how fast you go. It's about actually how much people you help and how good you help them, right? So you have to really this is a people helping people business, right? So you have to be really good at helping people. And one more thing you have to be good at is asking for help. It doesn't matter myself. Whenever I need help, I make sure that I ask somebody that's qualified to help me out. Like, I'm not too big for my rank. I'm not too big for the company. I'm not too big to be a trader, right? I still need help. I'm always a student. So make sure, even if you're in this organization, you're a leader, make sure you still get the help you want. Like, don't let your ego be too big, right? That's the second thing I want to touch on, right? And you gotta like Carlos literally tapped into this part I'm gonna talk about, is learning how to hold your opinion. You gotta learn when to just not talk and just listen. Listen to these people that are your prospects. Listen to these people that are your new team members, right? Listen to them. Take a second and just really figure out what touches them, right? Like, tap into them. So you gotta learn how to hold your opinion and ask questions so you know and you understand from where the individual's coming from. Some of us are too quick, and I'll admit I've been too quick sometimes to interrupt somebody and actually understanding where they're coming from, right? Because we all have different issues we go through. So you have to literally learn how to understand the individual in front of you. Not all of us are different. None of us are the same person. So we all go through different things. We all think different things. So you have to understand, right? You have to understand what they really are saying and ask questions so you can better understand them, right? Don't just let them talk and then you just answer and that's it. Literally ask another question, like Carlos is saying. Literally ask another question on top of what they said. Figure really out what's stopping them, or what can help them grow. So that way you can tell them the right information now, because you asked the right questions and now you know where to go. Now you know where to direct them, right? So so understand from where they're speaking and why they think what they think. That was the key point there. Now the next thing I want to talk about, as you gain rank and as you gain position, people will treat you better. That's another issue we have here, right? Oh, Milo hit P600, Milo P600. Oh, Milo's this guy, Milo's that guy right now. He's hot. But what's the problem is that we start accepting those perks that are thrown at us because of that rank and not actually thinking about what it is that got us there and what is going to keep us to get to the next level, right? We get stuck on the praise. We get stuck on the applause and the rounds of applause. Many leaders on this call right now have been stuck in a rank or really close to hitting a rank, and they're too stuck on the celebration. They're too stuck on the perks that comes with actually being a leader in this organization. I don't want none of you on this call. I don't care if it's the top individual on our team right now. You got to understand. It's just, perks are going to come with it, but that doesn't defeat why we're doing this and what you have to do, what you have to continue doing, right? This is a forever leadership thing. So just, you can be grateful for the rank you hit. I'm not saying don't be grateful. I'm grateful every day, right? But the thing is, I'm not stuck on that. I don't get caught up in the hype. I don't get caught up in the appraisal. I don't get caught up in the praise, right? Because I know what I have to do and what has to be done, right? I'm just getting started. I can't get stuck on my first win, right? That's just one win I have that are going to be the many wins I have to move forward, right? So what this millionaire was saying when I was reading this leadership podcast was, everyone deserves a styrofoam cup, right? No one deserves that gold-plated cup. Like, so as a leader, how do I have to think is that I don't deserve none of this. Only the actions and example that I do deserve this, right? I don't deserve it, the actions and the ranks. I mean, the actions and the example that I provide is what got me here, right? So you got to unattach yourself from your rank, unattach yourself from the 7-figure trading, and just keep doing the actions and keep leading by example. And that's how you grow your business, and that's how you are a leader, right? So you don't deserve this. Your actions and your example deserve this. Type of 777 if this is making sense to you guys right now. All right. So yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys today. I know Carlos basically had 7 principles that touched up on everything I just spoke about. But what I really want you guys to understand is don't attach yourself to this result. Don't attach yourself for the one victory. Don't ever think that you don't deserve that. It's your actions and your examples what deserve that. So continue showing the actions. Keep giving the action, right? Keep leading by example, and that's how you continue to grow your business. And that's how you continue to grow leaders in your organizations. It all starts with you and holding yourself accountable to serve others, right? So that's basically what I have for you guys today. I hope that me and Carlos dropped enough value for you guys tonight. So for you guys to understand that, stop thinking that this is about you, because this is so much bigger than us, right? There's so much people out there that are struggling right now. A year from now, 6 months from now, a month, a day from now that you talk to, that are going to need this, and they're going to need you to be the best leader possible in order for them to see the success. So that's what I hold myself to the highest accountability now, because I have a team, and I have to show them what has to be done, right? Because P600 is a quick pit stop. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't come into IAM to only make $600 a month or to make $1,000 trading a month. I did this to become a millionaire, right? I wanted to do this so I can show everyone else how to become millionaires. I want to provide for my family in the highest form. I want to break this generational curse. So I have to continue doing the things that got me to P600 to get me to P1000, and so on and so forth. So I hope that was enough value for you guys tonight. I appreciate each and every single one of you for hopping on this call tonight. I'm super grateful to be on this team right now, because I know we just got started, right? This platform, this system, this new system we have intact for you guys is what's going to make us grow even further and make us even more strong, right? Guys, and please don't forget, tomorrow is the event at with Lasaldo at FAU. So please, guys, make sure you're inviting, make sure you're following up, and make sure you have people at that event, because that event is going to be extraordinary. We want to double up what we did last week. So please make sure you're inviting everyone that you know to this event. And honestly, guys, if you don't know already, we have a system and schedule. We're trading at 5 a.m. tomorrow, and we're going to have Noah and other leaders on the call giving us trades. So please tune into that as well. Guys, this doesn't stop. We are just getting started. Who's going to be the next person ranking up? Who's going to bring their team up with them? That's the question I have for you guys tonight. So thank you, guys. God bless, and have a great night.
Bro,
appreciate you, Milo. Thank you so much for dropping all that value, all that knowledge. Thank you, everybody. That boy's QB with the background, pretty cool, brother. Dude, that call was amazing, Milo. Your determination, bro. Your the way that you communicate, right? The way that you present yourself with so much like confidence on where you're going. I totally love it, bro. I totally love it because it's inspiring. It shows commitment. It shows a vision, and it really shows that the path is clear. The best thing that I heard from Milo is, I didn't come in here to make $600. I joined this. I got into this to become a millionaire. That's extremely powerful, guys. So I really appreciate everybody getting on the call. It was about 40 minutes, so I'm not going to go through the whole other thing that I wanted to show you because it's a lot of info, but I'm going to leave it with this, right? With this one thing that I saw. And basically, I want you guys to decide what is it that you want to do, right? And once you decide it, you have to have the courage to do it, because the fact is that you need to understand what is greater for you. What is more important for you, right? The 20 people that I want to call, what is more important for you? To achieve big goals or to avoid the pain that takes to have them? Is more important for you to achieve big goals or to avoid the pain required to achieve them? Because we know that in order to achieve big, you got to sacrifice big. So what is more important for you? Because you can decide just to be comfortable, which means that it's important for you to avoid that pain. or you can decide to be uncomfortable because it's important for you to achieve that goal. So what is more important for you is going to determine the actions that you take, right? And a really nice quote that really one of the mentors that I recently got into it said, he said, as long as I can pay rent, put food on the table, and educate my kids, the only choice for me was to risk in pursuit of the best possible life. And that's the same way I feel. I am sure that's the way that all of you guys feel. As long as we can stay healthy, active, and we have a roof, we're going to keep risking everything else that we have in order to break through, in order to achieve the life that we deserve. And we're going to recreate it because everybody's committed. Everybody has a clear vision, and we're all going to the top. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, Milo, and everyone in the call. Have a great night. See you guys tomorrow.